employer and to identify the leader, if possible, to whom they are addressing the question. We will start at my left.
We will now proceed to a question period for a duration of about 20 minutes. Please identify yourself, your news organization, and to which leader you are asking your question. We will begin to my left.
Monsieur Dion, je veux pas, Emmanuel à travers, Radio-Canada,
Mr.
je veux
Dion,
pas être brutal, mais la question,
I don't want to
il
be
faut la
brutal,
poser.
but the question, we have to ask it. There was an election less than 2 months ago. There are still 70% of Canadians who rejected you as a prime minister. So what are you saying to them? All these people in the country who are watching today, they're saying to themselves, that man doesn't really have the legitimacy to become prime minister and ensure the future of the country over the next few years. Answer. The fact is, Mr. Harper was rejected by 64% of Canadians or something like that. Democracy? Parliamentary democracy doesn't work like that. The Canadians elected a parliament. The Prime Minister, who has the support of the majority of the MPs in the House, is legitimate, especially if the majority of the MPs represent the majority of voters. And this is what's going to happen. And the reason why this will happen is linked to the failure of Stephen Harper to offer Canadians a government that has the support of the House. And if he lost the support of the House, it's his own fault. It's because he didn't know how to present a government that can deal with this economic crisis. And on the opposite, no one can believe him anymore. And so parliamentary democracy in Canada is acting by offering Canadians another government, a government that will govern progressively and at the same time fiscally prudent manner, a government that will take the talents and energies of all the parties. We're not used to it, but that's how it works in parliamentary democracy, and a government that can count on the support of another party without making part of Parliament, but supports us on the points we agree to. The one who can be Prime Minister will be the leader of the Liberal Party of Canada. I'll tell you, I work night and day to help the citizens in this crisis, the people I love. I have a lot of experience in this House. One MP who has more experience, Ralph Goodale. I worked with two great prime ministers who gave me extremely important portfolios, and I carried them out well. I can say that I know what a prime minister needs to succeed, and I'll do everything I can to succeed for my country and give a better, more efficient and stronger government to my successor in 2009. My question is open to all three leaders. Do you expect the Conservatives to pull a rabbit out of the hat to block your coalition? And how much will this cost, your stimulus package cost? Answer. Regarding the rabbit, Mr. Harper, on the political plan, we have a moral legitimacy to request an exchange government, an alternative government, because this one has failed. What we are doing is perfectly legal and approved by all the experts as to the procedure to follow. If Mr. Harper tried to prorogate, which I don't think he can do, he would have to recognize himself that he doesn't have the support of the House and that he's trying to escape it. I think on a legal side, it would be disastrous against morale. It would be unacceptable. I asked the Prime Minister to accept the verdict of his colleagues, the MPs in the House of Commons, because they're the ones that the people have voted in to represent them. And the verdict is that he had the choice. He decided not to take the essential action within this difficult context where we are at this time, and we asked him to accept this verdict. I hope he'll do it. And for the past few days, Mr. Harper has pulled out quite a few rabbits from his hat, but I think that we need a prime minister and not a magician.